Hey everyone, it's Mr.Negative. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone for the nice comments everyone left on my last video. They really helped out, and I'll take the advice that was dished out. Dragon Ball has been pretty close to my heart. It's been amazing, and Death Ball has so many matchups for the characters. Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Beerus, Broly, Majin Buu, Hercule, Roshi, Gogeta, Vegeta, all these matchups have a good place in my heart. Goku Flash versus Reverse Flash, specifically, it has been my favorite matchup, so that's why I want to go into all the possible matchups for Dragon Ball. Cell vs. Zamazu, two androids designed to adapt or copy people, and in the end, they end up beating their main targets, but yet somehow get undermined by the least person they expected. An alternative match to this is Cell vs. Super Skrull, green ultimate life forms that have DNA of the abilities of their creator's enemies, and that makes them stronger than those two groups. Both are extremely cocky and arrogant, and who are known to humiliate their opponents and consider themselves the perfect being. Gohan vs. Superboy, or Jonathan Kent, two sons of an alien father. They live in said father's shadow and later quickly move out of his shadow multiple times in the series. They both age up due to shenanigans, the time chamber, and Superboy being sucked into a black hole, respectively. Both of these descriptions apply to both Superboys. An alternative match is Gohan vs. Invincible, two sons of an alien that came to Earth to destroy it. Both get traumatized by a family member of said alien race, and both reject their alien halves and rather be human. This fight would be vastly one-sided, as Invincible is nowhere near Gohan's power, but yet it hasn't stopped Death Battle from making a stomp in the past. Piccolo vs. Martian Manhunter, two great aliens in their respective groups. Both come in when they feel disturbance, and both arrive when they're most needed. Both have aura transformation involved in their past in a way. They both have obscure weaknesses, whistling/fire. An alternative matchup is Piccolo vs. Knuckles, the Archie version, specifically. Both are former enemies turned allies. Both protagonists who guard important objects, and both get their transformation from the thing they have protected. Android 17 vs. Cyborg. Teenager hero unwillingly got turned into cyborgs, but took advantage of the new powers and became heroes and members of the universe protecting team. The contrast between them, with Cyborg initially rejecting his transformation, while 17 embracing it with open arms. Moro vs. Lord Torak. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Both are powerful beings who were sealed away long before the beginning of the story. Because of higher power beings who possess important positions in their respective worlds, they are also goat people. Moro vs. Galactus, two planet eaters with a hunger that will never end. But that's it. That's all they have to offer. Xeno Kid Buu vs. Carnage. Both are hateful and insane monsters that are demeaned as evil incarnate. They want to do nothing but destroy and kill, along with causing chaos and havoc. They're both ghoul-like creatures and have condemned mass murders upon their worlds. They'd use an artifact that would transform themselves into the most powerful form. Bardock vs. Omni-Man. They were once loyal servants to large galactic empires. They conquered planets for their respective empires. Versus Akaku, both main rivals to the main character, but then later put aside and quickly to a stronger rival. Zamazu vs. Gore the God Butcher. One God Slayer, another immortal killer. They both have the exact opposite views. They also both hypocrites. Gore uses the power of a god to kill gods, while Zamazu uses the body of a mortal to kill mortals. Zamazu vs. Gogeta, once powerful beings who apprentice under a wise and powerful figure, but soon as they watch humanity, they began to desire their destruction for one reason or another. To achieve this goal, they began a grand plan which heavily involved time travel. To aid this plan, they stole identity of a respected powerful figure. Their goals stopped once they were defeated by a mortal, who they shrugged off as a mere weakling. Kid Goku vs. King Kong, a big monkey fight, but ironically, King Kong has the feats to back this fight up. Krillin vs. Omni, they're both best friends of a cocky martial artist that grows to be much more selfless and previously had an on and off infatuation/crush on a short-tempered/rich genius of the group. They're both orphans, and they both have been orphans for practically their whole lives and grown up in a temple. Both trained under an old martial arts master, and they both travel the earth in search of mystical objects. They both start off as a tad selfish and a bit of an ego to who they are, and they both jump between being easily scared and eager to help out and fight. Granola vs. Krillin. Both are monk rivals of the main hero, and both have something that can cut people in half, and both have masters that have drunken fist abilities. Toppo vs. Beta Ray Rail. Both are alien heroes who are part of a universe protecting team. Both are leaders or something. Both are honorable warriors who treat other opponents with respect. Their strength has been recognized by the gods. Both have been gifted powers from the gods. The successors to gods and both are involved in a surprising reveal, and they both have great allies from one of the most powerful people of the universe. They both took part in a battle, and that would decide the fate of the whole world. An alternative matchup is Toppo versus Kilowog, two big, brutish aliens who are also the general of their group. They constantly work with another member, and they have fought some big shots before. Both may have justice on their side, but also can be brutal. Kilowog may be Green Lantern, but can also be violent at times. Toppo will in destroy mode and brutalize Freezer. And finally, they both are under some kind of deity/cosmic being. Jiren versus the Gladiator. Jiren and Gladiator are both alien characters who have different views of justice and serve as leaders of space heroes. They're considered to be the strongest warriors from their homes. Both can create heat waves through their bodies when they get serious, and over time, they learn the meaning of trust and friendship. They both took part in participating in a tournament filled with many people from the multiverse. Xeno Goku versus Archie Sonic, powerful alternate versions of heroes who use their powers for good against the dangerous and alternate powerful villains. Xeno Vegeta versus Archie Shadow, both powerful and more powerful versions of their more canon counterparts, making a cool rematch that is needed for both characters. Versus Catan, they are desert vigilantes who were originally antagonists towards the main characters, but eventually gain their respect and join their cause, while also competing for the affection of the main female of the group and other characters. They both fought off great and powerful animistic race, the Saiyans/Beastmen, most notably their most powerful rival, Vegeta, or Viral, other protagonists, who were in grand scheme of things, of his servant and much more powerful Lord Frieza and Lord Genome. There are a lot more connections to this fight, but I'm too lazy to go over it if I'm being real. Demon King Piccolo versus Yami. Villains of the first long-running Shonen Jump manga that were sealed away before their long series, and once awakened to gather 7 mystical objects to summon all powerful beings so they can complete their plan. And did this by stealing most/all objects from the heroes at once. Both also act as the evil side to good-hearted people, and became the other halves in opposite ways. Granola versus Junko, two people who lost extremely close family member to what they saw as an evil space empire, and went out of their way to kill that one person, who were connected to their deaths. Nappa versus Jasper, brutal short-haired alien guards to the short-haired leader. Fu versus the Beyonder, both are cosmic beings who are creations of higher powers, who from a very young age learned about the multiverse and were fascinated by the multiverse and its heroes within it, looking at it with their own little realm where they grew up in. This eventually led them to create a world with bits and pieces from other worlds, and taking warriors throughout the multiverse to put on this world for their own little experiment to see the strongest and for their own fun and amusement, but eventually had their fun ruined. Personalities are very similar. Just being a massive troll who explores and plays around with the universe with their immense cosmic power, which lets them get over their heads, but other times leads their ultimate threats in those in the multiverse, threatening to destroy it all. Turles versus Minna, rogue movie villains that are copies of protagonists. Baby versus Venets, beings of hatred, the only ones of their kind who seek to spread their armies and influence across the entire universe. The Ginyu Force versus Decepticon Justice Division, teams of wildly eccentric yet fascinating loyal aliens who are the leader's greatest combat task force. This team is also ironic because they both claim to do justice, but in reality, they are killers. Hey everyone, I'd like to thank you for watching that video and taking the time to do so. I'll take any criticism and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment any matchup ideas in the comments below. I'm still struggling with editing and other stuff, so I know it sounds crappy, but I'll take the criticism. It's fair, I know. I'm getting better at it. Just trust the process. I will get there eventually. Thank you. Have a good night.